But first, let's all reflect on the results of the INTERREG 4C program, as the INTERREG Europe program is built on the lessons that we learned from INTERREG 4C. So please welcome on stage the program director of INTERREG 4C and INTERREG Europe, Mr. Michel Lamblin, the deputy director of INTERREG 4C and INTERREG Europe, Mr. Erwin Ziveris, and representatives of two successful programs, or two successful projects, Ms. Begoña Sanchez-Gonzalez, representing the TRES project, and Mr. Attilio Raimondi, representing the Inner City project. And he's also from this region, from Emilia-Romagna. So, by raise of hands, who of you has been involved in any way with the 4C program, with INTERREG 4C? Lovely, so that's great. Who of you has not been involved in any way with the 4C program? Yeah, so great. So we have a lot of people that have benefited in some way, that were involved, that have worked very hard towards the success of the 4C program. So Michel, you are what are you most proud of when you look back at the 4C, at the INTERREG 4C program?
I'm very proud that apparently it works. Europe really cooperates through interregional cooperation, with about 300 million during the previous period, between 2007 and 2013. More than 400 good practices were successfully transferred, and more than 430 policies were also transferred to other regions. This is quite successful, and we didn't hope this when starting cooperation.
So it really exceeded all expectations.
Yes.
Those are very impressive numbers. Let's talk about an example. Can you give us an example of a project that makes you particularly proud?
In Italy, there are two personages which explain maybe the tendency for all local and regional authorities in Italy to cooperate. They are always on top of our forums. And these are Christophe Colomb and Marco Polo. There is a specific genoma in Italy. But to illustrate and to answer your question, we have in France another personage which is called Napoleon, who was saying that a good sketch is better than a long discourse. So maybe we should use this new form of sketch, which is a video, to illustrate what would be my answer to your question.
Perfect. So let's have a look at a short video that illustrates one of the projects of Smart Europe. Let's have a look.
Smart Europe is a European project in which 13 partners work together to stimulate the growth of innovation-based jobs in their regions. The partners come from Greece, Hungary, Romania, Italy, Spain, the UK, Norway, Sweden, Finland and the Netherlands. The Assembly of European Regions is a special partner in the project, representing over 200 regions in Europe. The way in which the Smart Europe partners aim to boost innovation-based jobs differs from one region to another. Some regions focus on the creation of new innovative companies. Other regions focus on innovation in traditional sectors and non-metropolitan areas. A third group of partners aim to stimulate job growth by creating innovative hubs, like incubators and science parks. To realize our aim to create more innovation-based jobs, the project has organized peer reviews in 11 regions. A peer review is a study visit by experts from different regions to a host region. It is sometimes called a friendly audit. It starts with the host region preparing their focus and key questions for the visiting experts. During the visit, the foreign experts assess the situation in the region, talk to stakeholders and politicians, go on field trips, and, at the end of the week, formulate recommendations for the host region. It is then up to the host region to implement these recommendations in new regional policies and practices. The peer reviews were organized in 2012 and 2013. And in 2014, the partners have managed to improve 8 regional policies using the advice of Smart Europe. To give some examples, Veneto region paved the road to establish a fund for start-up companies under the new European programming period. The province of Flevoland developed a set of financial instruments to support innovation in small and medium enterprises. Sør Trøndelag in Norway and Avila in Spain adopted innovative measures in their tourism policy. Besides the peer reviews, Smart Europe also engaged in good practice exchanges. 8 successful projects were shared among the partners and used for implementation in other regions. One example is Demola from Finland, a place where students develop new products on demand of companies. These products can be technical, but also social innovations. If the company is pleased with the prototype developed by the students, they pay a license to continue working with it. The Demola concept is a success. 80% of the companies continue to work with the product, and the concept is being implemented by 2 Smart Europe partners, and 3 others are planning to do so. Smart Europe's partners have made a significant step on the path to a higher growth of innovation-based jobs. The project will end in December 2014, but the results of this fruitful international cooperation will last to make a difference in the European regions.
So Smart Europe is indeed a very impressive project. It's great to look at those images. It's great to have a look at the impact of interregional cooperation. So Begonia, if you look at those images, Smart Europe is a success. Your TRES project, in your project 10 regions worked together towards smart specialization strategies. Can you tell us a bit about the success of your program?
Okay, yes. Well, first of all, let me thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you some of our results. Thank you, the organizers. Thank you also to the program and colleagues and the audience, of course. Yeah, back to our project. I think indeed of course, we have been quite successful. We think so. And then we find a lot of similarities to a Smart Europe project. Indeed, I mean, we think even though we try to pave the way through smart growth, we focus on smart specialization strategies for this. But we think our project, and we are proud of it, has been quite innovative, very innovative, and we try to innovate out from innovations. So this is to say, I mean, some examples of focus in the project has been clearly open innovation, has been user-driven innovation. I mean, trying to know which are the expectations of users within this. And we have used sort of living lab methodology for reaching these results. What else? 18 good practices also identified in TRES project. Some of them transferred already, others in the process of, many study visits. And then one really, really similar characteristic, as is the same one, is Demola. I mean, we have in the consortium Finnish partner from Tampere, so we had the possibility to have a lot of information from Demola. And Demola has been already transferred to Bilbao, for instance, and then is in process to be transferred also to other regions at the moment. And then I think you ask also for policy improve. I think TRES, has been also good in moment, as is about the smart specialization strategies, and it was launched when the smart specialization strategies were about to be launched also. So this has permitted to improve policies as such. For instance, in the Basque Country competitiveness policy, we have launched a new policy mix, which is reflected in the operational program. A special work in cluster policy. This has been also the case for Tampere region, in which traditional cluster approach has been moved through new platforms for innovation, or Scotland region, in which we have launched at least 3 new programs, which are open innovation led, both for service regarding public sector, private sector also, or Piemonte region in Italy, in which we have launched a new program for internationalization. And what we hope from all of this is that we have created enough roots for sustainable cooperation in the future. So I think this is about it.
That's really great. So what you're saying is that you learned a lot from each other, and after the project finishes, you want to continue to work together, to learn from one another, but also to share those results with everyone that is interested in it.